Hi, I've been advised to leave a face notice up for a little while before a video, especially as Watchtower are after me on copyright issues. I want to say things that I feel are important and about people dying, so I'm going to say them. Hello everyone, it's with a very heavy heart that I make this video. I actually don't know whether to throw up or cry. It's all stuck in me, and I thought I would do a reaction to the video by the channel Beroean Pickets. There'll be links at the end and links below, of course, for his latest video, which I see over 5,000 people have seen. A Jehovah Witness elder on trial for apostasy. Now, he tells you in his video that he was an elder for 40 years. So he served, well, he would have served before then, but in that capacity, he was shepherding the flock, shepherding the congregations for 40 years. Then he learned new information and he had to move away from Watchtower because he found that the teachings were wrong. He lives a peaceable life. He comes over as a very gentle and a well-reasoned person. He explains things, he lays things bare, and he hasn't been in any congregation for 4 years, he explains, but he was called in for what they call a judicial meeting, which is really like, you are accused of this, and unless you show repentance, then you're out. So it's all very strange for him. I haven't got this sound on. Now, you see those cars on the left? That's the entrance to the Kingdom Hall where he's having his judicial meeting, and they've blocked the car park. They have blocked the car park. Now they are turning, Jehovah's Witnesses, if anyone's watching this, I know the rank and file can be gentle, sweet people, but you guys above, you elders, ministerial servants, circuit overseers, you're turning into Scientology. Do you not understand? You invite him, you've got this huge car park, you invite him, well, if you say invitation, if you don't attend, you're just automatically disfellowshipped. But they more or less, you're ordered to come. They set the terms, and you're not even allowed to park your car in the car park. It is crazy, and it goes on. He's having to park somewhere else and then go back. It does get crazy that he takes some witnesses with him, to witness the what's being said. They won't allow them in. Later on, he goes to an appeal. They actually say to his friends who are there to witness what happens, you are trespassing. It is insane. The hard-heartedness, the lack of love, the lack of reasoning. They won't answer questions. You see their body language. Now these are just the guys on the doorstep. They say they don't know what's happening, but they've been given instructions. You'll see that they don't even follow their own rule book. So it's all laid out what you must do in a judicial hearing. They won't even follow that. All this is laid out. So I'm sorry I'm going over it again, but this is appalling. Now other people are going to be going into this, and as a result, they will be cut off from it may be every single person they've known that they've been close to. Like, it could be every single family member. It could be all their friends. They could lose their home. They can lose their marriages. They lose their parents. They lose their children. And they're not even allowed due process. I am disgusted with their process. Now, I don't know the human rights laws in the US and Canada where this is happening, but let me tell you, if this happens to you in Europe, then they are breaking the European human rights. Article 6, you have the right to equality of arms. I'm putting that phrase on the screen. If you're involved in any judicial hearings, I want you to look up this phrase and see how to apply it. Because Jehovah's Witnesses, they boast that they are at the forefront of fighting for human rights. And as we know, they don't. They don't allow the right to the freedom of religion. They don't allow the right, look at him, he looks happy, doesn't he? Freedom of association. And with this, they will not tell Eric what the charges are against him other than apostasy. They won't say what the incidents are so that he can defend himself. They won't allow witnesses who can come to his defense. He is not allowed anyone to talk on his behalf. But remember, until recently, they didn't allow raped children to have anyone in with them. Raped children had to go into this situation with no one helping them. No one. And their abuser could be sat in the same room with them. Thousands upon thousands, tens and tens and tens of thousands of children have gone through this procedure. Gone through this on their own, talking to three men like this. I'm angry now. I'm angry. I'm upset. I'm angry. And then they wonder. They say, oh, people, when we throw them out, they don't die by suicide. They don't do that. Well, of course they damn well do. Of course they do. How could they not? How many people, Eric comes over as strong, he has support, and he says his friends are now going to be in trouble. They'll have targets on their back. But, so he has got support. It must have been so traumatic for him to go through this. It can't be nice for the brothers. They're having to be programmed to act like this. So many people are just, even if they don't get to the stage of dying, their mental health. Watchtower is killing people by doing this. And they turn around and say, well, it was their choice to leave. People have to leave when they find the truth about what's going on. People have to leave because they cannot sit in a congregation when they know there is an abuser, a child abuser in there who nothing's being done about. No one will go to the police. It's all being covered up. And people are leaving for that very reason. For that very reason. Oh, you chose to leave. One's conscience makes you leave. Or sometimes the squashing of personality, the breaking down of people's personality gets so much. They get so much that they have to leave. They just break down. You're playing a dangerous game, Watchtower. Your hands will just be drenched in blood. Now he's got a handshake there as he's gone in. This is his first meeting. Now for those, it's such a shame the video's got taken down, but for those who remember Mark at Witness No More in England, there were some similarities, especially because Mark went to appeal as well. And at appeal, you have even more elders. You have the original ones, and you have extras as well. So it's even broader. So this is very much like a cranked up version of Mark's hearing and then appeal. At least I think he was allowed to drive into the car park. Whoop-de-doo. This one as well, well, you'll see. They ask him even to take his jacket off. So Eric, who's going through this, he goes through his Christian response to how the guys there were listing it off to you. There's later they all stand there with their arms folded. It's like, oh, we're so open and loving. You will know them by the love in the congregations. That's how you're supposed to know, by the love. I'm incandescent, and I just think about the people. Elders, you have to think about the people who will die when you shut the door on them. And it is your responsibility. It is as well. Wake up. Wake up. Live from your heart. Open your hearts. The Watchtower, it's all very guard your heart. Yeah. But come on, look at this guy. No, arms crossed, no. It's a shocker. But I mean, blocking the car park, and you see, I think there was like, when it gets to the appeal, there's 14 brothers, and they just want him to go on his own. And there's 14 brothers. Reminds me of when it was the memorial last year, and you had some of the ladies in the congregations speaking out about what had happened to them. How many brothers, all the big brave brothers, all surrounding a little tiny women, big and bold, be courageous, be courageous. This is sickening. This is Scientology. I've called them this before. Scientology light. Scientology light. And if whatever countries you are outside Europe, if you can find an equivalent of the human rights of equality of arms, and I'm now going to try and find some clips where Jehovah's Witnesses boast about their human rights record. You have nothing to boast about. Only shame. Only shame. And that is why you insist on doing things in the dark, in private, behind closed doors. If you were confident, if you knew you right, you would want everyone to see what's happening, wouldn't you? How come people going to these hearings want everyone to see and hear? If they were lying, they wouldn't want anyone to see or hear, would they? They'd want to keep it hidden. But they want it all to be open because they have nothing to hide. Come on, think about that. Why is it that, in quotes, apostates want everything to be in the open, recorded and open? And why does this religion, who say they are the true religion, why do they have to operate in darkness without being seen? What are they hiding? Well, we know. If you do the research, you'll know. Well done to Eric. Well done to his friends. If you haven't seen it, link at the bottom. Click on link here at the end, and I'll just find some of these human rights boasts. Stinkers, that's what they are, and I'm being polite there.
Well, even as those miners depended on canaries to save their lives, when it comes to human rights, as I'm going to explain in the next few minutes, Jehovah's Witnesses are the canaries in the coal mine of human rights.
Direction. I'm allowed to have witnesses. So why can't I have witnesses? Somebody could just answer me that question. I'd be very satisfied just to have a direct answer to that question. Why can't I have my own witnesses?
Terrible, isn't it? So don't forget, please, that before going to these hearings, before they're thrown out, some Jehovah's Witnesses, and we're talking even elders, are in such a state that they actually kill themselves before their judicial hearing, being told that all the time by people who know those who've done that. It just keeps happening. And then all the people who afterwards kill themselves. Shouldn't every accommodation be made? Because every hair on everyone's head is numbered. Shouldn't that everyone's precious life be valued and every accommodation given? Shame on them. Shame on them.
Watchtower has fought vigorously over decades for free speech rights.
Shall I read it to you?
No.
You don't want me to read it to you from the book?
Yeah, I realize that, but...
No, I'm talking, but you want me to read the book so that you can verify that what we're saying is true.
Mr. Wilson, listen, I know you're having a hard time, and you're probably not on that committee, and I know maybe you should just go ask the guys in there and
Sir,
see.
you really need to leave private property. Both of you, please.
Well, I'm not going in without them.
Well, that's up to you.
So basically, it's weighted in your favor. We do it your way, and we have no rights.
There's really not much more that I can say to you that I haven't already said.
Jehovah's Witnesses are the canaries in the coal mine of human rights.
If you've been affected by the issues in this, then please get professional help. Please talk to people. Boots the cat here, who you can see, she wants you to know that you're precious, you're irreplaceable, and you're needed, and you're loved. Bye for now.